everybody, and welcome to RiverCity Media. Wrestlemania week, guys. WrestleMania 41 coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We are, make sure my math is right, 48 hours away from the first match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So we're 48 hours away. So
Hey,
I'm the Howard Cheney. I'm here as always, and of course the founder of RiverCity Media, QB1, Randall Cunningham.
Hey, I want to shout out Country Gentleman, Casey Casana, AJ Casana appearing last night in a pre-WrestleMania show, CWC versus the World. Of course, your NWA Tag Team Champions were out there representing the NWA. So your NWA US Champion. And Casey would be mad if I didn't say Casey Casana, the youngest NWA US Tag Team Champion ever. So shout out to the Country Gentleman.
That's awesome. Ooh, yeah. Give him a big ooh, yeah, people. Dig it.
Hey, and just a shout out for me. I've been talking about having this guy on this podcast network for about 2 years. We finally got it done. Howie, you introduce him.
We got the Heat00veride. He gave us the privilege and honor to where we can just call him Heat.
Heat.
You call me the Heat. Ooh, yeah. Let me talk about it, gentlemen. Dig it, yeah. Because when the glasses are off, Wrestlemania, the cream always rises to the top. Yeah. How you guys doing, man? I'm jacked up, man. Man, we got WrestleMania. We're talking about WrestleMania in 48 hours. We have Friday Night SmackDown in less than 24 hours now. And that's just going to start everything off, followed up by the WWE Hall of Fame enshrinement. Man, I'm jacked up. I should probably not yell as much, but I should be.
It's okay.
A little less coffee there, eh?
Let me bring something up real quick. We're talking about 48 hours away from WrestleMania. We are 24 hours away from SmackDown. We are, all this stuff within a 3-day period, which is fine. I don't really have a problem with it, but do you think we need to spread some of this stuff out just a little bit more instead of the Hall of Fame ceremony coming on at like 1 o'clock in the morning?
See, I don't like that. I don't like that the Hall of Fame. I think it was better when like SmackDown would be like, what was it, Thursday or back on like, was it Tuesdays or something? But like they did that on Friday and then you had WrestleMania. Now you're doing it late at night. Half these guys just get out the ring, had a promo, had quite a few beers. We all know what happened with Jey Uso and Cody got a hold of a few of those before they made the word yeet. And at the same time, we're just sitting here, watching it all go down. And it just opens up so many more doors. Like you were talking about fans from overseas. It's one thing that I can connect with when I'm talking with, all sorts of people. Do you watch wrestling? Yes. It's come back now. It's big. But a lot of people also used to love when they would come over to their buddy's house at 4 p.m. That's when the first matches would start and would go past midnight. And we would all probably have hangovers at work the next day, unfortunately.
Yes.
Randall, tell me about that.
Well, no hangover for me. I'm a teetotaler, but I didn't like the whole thing crammed into Sunday.
Yeah.
Howie and I have been to a WrestleMania, and it was a one-day WrestleMania. And the time was so limited to the matches that you wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Taker Triple H is a 10-minute match at WrestleMania where you could sit there as a fan and watch it for 45 minutes and be satisfied with it,
True.
The events around WrestleMania now is the biggest independent wrestling spectacular that happens. So WrestleMania has become this hub where everybody's at, if you're in the WWE or not.
That's right.
I like the 2-day WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the Hall of Fame. And
yeah.
I really love watching that all the time. And, you got Triple H going in. You got some guys I really want to see going to Hall. I think it'll be a record for me because my old ass can't be up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching
it. I'm going to be up. So tomorrow, all I got to do is go in and just mess with some garbage, right? And then I'm just coming back home. I'm just going to be jacked up all day. But we can't forget about NXT Stand and Deliver, too, on Saturday at 1 p.m. This is what I'm saying. It's the whole weekend. Literally, we're going to wake up Saturday And if I had a wrestling cup, I would probably drink a lot of coffee out of that. Not that it's just so much fun. Like we do the 3-tier crock pots. We get the roast going. We do the whole WrestleMania party. And I know that both of you seem that you've done these parties for a long time. My father is originally started it when he did the first WrestleMania. And he was like, Bobby, go get a bunch of your friends. He bought it. And he was like, I'm going to order a bunch of wings, 50 wings, $8. $8 for 50 wings, people. And he would get 250 wings. He would get 3 pizzas. And me and my friends would, eat and have a great time. And then we would all like live in the same area. So everybody got home safe all the time. And that's what wrestling was. And that's what it's always going to be. But man, the 2-day event, you got to have enough food for 2 days as well, too.
Well, and then it bleeds into the Raw after Mania. It's become the biggest Raw of the year. And this year, we're going to get I think we're going to get a returning in-ring WWE star Raw after WrestleMania. And I think he's one of those guys that left, went to AEW, did not exceed there. And I think we get Rusev Day back on Monday night.
I wouldn't mind that.
Heat, why do I feel like that you don't sleep anyway? So you're geared up for this anyway.
Yeah, we are.
Energy guy.
My whole family loves wrestling, so we're gonna have it on the 70 in there. Over here, we're gonna have it in the kitchen over here. We just have it everywhere because it's so much fun, and that's the one thing that makes my wife is just so perfect. And she's like, I like wrestling. I'm like, oh, I love you. I love you. I was like, because I didn't have to explain me being a weirdo. Like I could dress up like Macho Man and go running around like a wacko. And she's like, oh, look, there's my husband. And people just let me in and they go, oh, Macho Man. And it's just so much fun. And she accepts that all, because if she didn't, you don't know. You don't know how that would go, right? Because it's so weird nowadays. But it's great that she loves that. She loves sports. And that's in together, of course, that's bled to my daughter, our son. It just, everything blends together. And that's what I think even makes wrestling even better. The time with your family, your friends, you'll never forget that. Never.
Absolutely. And before we get started, we got another minute or so before we get started into the matches. Heat, if you will, tell us a little bit about Dr. Roto.
All right, so what Dr. Roto is it's a fantasy service. We handle betting, of course, DFS on FanDuel, DraftKings, but mostly we're an amazing seasonal team. So if you got a seasonal baseball league, seasonal hockey, seasonal football, fantasy football, that is huge. It's coming up right now. Dynasty leagues are coming up because the draft is 1 week from today. Today, in 1 week from right now, we will know who the first pick overall is, and it's most likely Cam Ward. But maybe it's not. Maybe something happens. Maybe a trade happens. And so that's stuff that we cover, like next Tuesday when I cover the IDP portion with one of our college guys, Mike's Money Pick. He's been all over Dr. Roto and over the X, if you want to call it that, or Twitter, whatever you want to call. And he's been promoting a lot of his rankings through the Dr. Roto MSN. So we're doing a lot of that, getting people prepared, because the more information you have going into the season, your team's better off. There's a reason why in our subs only Discord, there's championship trophies. There's people winning money. There's a reason why we're up there winning. We are a problem when we give it because we're good at it. And that's what we do. And we're cheaper than anybody else. Plus, you get Doc. Doc's one of the most lovable dudes in the world. He's on SiriusXM Fantasy 9 to 11 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays, giving out baseball talk. But man, he's all in for football. So that's what we do. That's what we love to be. And with the addition of the UFC product that we've been doing and the WWE Power Rankings that we've been doing is too, we finally opened up to all things sports entertainment.
Hey,
awesome.
Howie, just shout out too. We are not kind of an offshoot of Dr. Roto. We started out with Mr. Danger, his podcast network, and it grew into Dr. Roto, and then we've grown to RiverCity Media. So it's like family. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't use Roto for football, Dr. Roto for football yet, but I do for baseball. And I make money on DraftKings with a sport I know very little about. Don't for football, it's because I think I know more than anybody else. For baseball, a sport I know nothing about, I make money with Dr. Roto.
That's it. What about you, Howie? Do you play? Do you bet? Do you play DFS?
No, I'm broke as it is, so I don't have no extra money to spend on that. So,
He's got expensive habits.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, well that's the way it is, and that's what we are. Like, Randall said that we help people that don't know nothing about sport. Of course, that's the way it was with me. I was not paying for anybody. I was listening to Dr. Roto. I was learning the game. I wrote for free for over 10 years before some unfortunate things happened. And Dr. Roto called me magically 2-3 weeks later and said, "Hey, I'm starting this business. I've got this guy Danger that you just mentioned." And me and Danger have met since. He came by through Erie and we had a beer up at Erie Brewing Company. And it was just, again, the networking, the people that the Dr. Roto network has brought together. It's brought us together, as you just said. And that's what makes Rocky Shaw. I was on his podcast. I don't know if you guys know him as a wrestler or anything like that, but I know that maybe you, yeah. Okay. We have, we have some promotions up here. John McChesney's one of the bigger guys that's been well known. He's worked with the WWE a few times. He goes by Big League John McChesney. There's a lot of other people too, just been through this area. Because we have New York, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland nearby. So there's a lot, Akron, Jamestown. So there's a lot of independent wrestling organizations that like to throw stuff. I think All-Star Wrestling right now is getting big in Erie. And of course there's PWR. I think there's so much going on. You kind of lose track, but it's really fun, man. And that's, again, wrestling. It's what brings us all together.
And it's funny, our guys from this area, we're in a hotbed of indie wrestling and NWA wrestling. Our guys work Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, almost on a weekly basis. We have somebody up there. So Pennsylvania is good wrestling country. And I want to give one more shout out, Dr. Roto. Danger's a good, hey, Danger, if you need some golf advice.
Yeah.
Pretty real.
Dude, he learned that. He literally learned that. Like what I'm doing with the UFC, he was like, I was like a few years ago, he's like, guess I'm going to learn golf. And him and Coach Al started doing that show. And all of a sudden, boom. It's like you just take the numbers, the sauce. And once you make the translation, it went easy for me because being a point fighter for TKO Erie, I'm able to read fights. So the more fights that I watch with the UFC, I'm like a robot. And so I'll pick people apart. I'm taught to pick people apart. That's what won me my 20th fight this last week in the ring. So at the same time, yeah, hey man, my daughter's got more than me. She's a superhero. But
hey, I got one of them too. I got a BJJ training daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I love the whole world of competition. Again, it just fits hand in hand. So you take that sauce, you apply it, and you just try to do your best and win some money. And then, like I said, I had my first perfect card a few weeks ago in Mexico. I didn't expect that. It's just the way that the sauce fell in and the work that I've been doing and watching the fights. But man, I'm watching so much back tape now that I can actually watch some of these fighters. I'll never forget them. So then I won't have to do so much research then.
Absolutely. Let's get into this.
Let's get to it.
Over.
All right.
Night one. Saturday night. And these, of course, everybody knows that's watching this wrestling. At the drop of a hat, it could change. But this is what we are kind of predicting that's going to happen. The nights is going to happen. Going over some of these, there's I think there's one or two more that could be announced tomorrow night on SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, night one is going to be the War Raiders against the New Day for the World Tag Team Championship. Heat, what do you think?
Oh, dude, man. I mean, I like the War Raiders. I've always liked them since they came in. And since when they went through that whole Viking phase, now they're kind of phasing towards like a biker kind of phase. You kind of see it coming in. But man, I love the edge of the New Day. the whole edge. I have this kid I go to karate with, and he always talks about wrestling. And he goes, I like the old New Day. I like when it was happy. I miss Big E. Why aren't they happy? I said, because they don't have Big E. And they could lose this match. They could lose. But I'm picking the New Day to win this match because I think they have not had the titles for a long time. I think the War Raiders have been comfortable, and I think right now they are going to make the move. What do you think, Randall?
You know,
Howie?
I love the War Raiders. I go back to Ring of Honor with these guys, and they're just maybe one of my favorite teams in the whole world.
Yeah.
If Big E doesn't have a presence in this match
Yes.
at some point, I'm going to be vastly disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like New Day to retain because of the involvement of Big E. I think we're going to have moments where we can really just like jump out of our seat moments.
Uh-huh.
That's eventually one. I think I've never embraced New Day as a two-man team, but
Yeah.
I love the three-bird concept. Shout out to God of Wrestling, Terry Gordy. Go.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this is we will see Big E, but
Mm-hmm.
not in the capacity that y'all think. But the War Raiders will retain their championship titles.
Yeah. I'm not going to doubt that. I just want, like, what's going on with New Day, the way people feel about them. I think the War Raiders definitely should retain. But for me right now, if they're going to go along with this storyline with Big E, do they make the move now? Do they not make the move now? They may not make the move now because that could be something setting up, because really they were punking Big E up to this point. So now what's the change? Is it all a play? Because, I mean, bad New Day was good New Day as well, too, if we get what I'm saying.
Hey, I predict two face to heel turns during WrestleMania week.
Ooh.
All right, move on to our second match. It's a singles match. It's going to be Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Oh, man. That guy needs damn coffee. What the heck is he thinking? He is a coffee. He made himself a coffee. Literally, Chad Gable. He's CG Coffee now. Like, what is wrong with this guy? He's going all out, amazing talent. I don't like him at all. So, I'm all on Ray on this one, guys.
Well, here's the first time me and Overheat. Oh, yeah. Disagree.
Ooh, yeah.
I absolutely love Chad Gable. And the more heelish he gets and the stupider things he does,
Okay.
he gets, the more I love Chad Gable. I didn't get any better than having Otis as his lackey until he put on a lucha mask and started suplexes throughout the ring. I don't know what happens. Rey Mysterio's older than me. It's time to go home. Give the match to Chad Gable. You got El Grande Americana, Gulf of America.
QB1, why are you lying? Right? There's nobody older than you.
Tragically, you are. Hey, it reminded me of something. Shout out, Pat Rose. Third printing of his book is out. If you ain't got a copy, go get it.
That's how you do it, brother. Ooh, yeah. I mean, what do you think, Howie?
El Grande Americano, I think this will be his big moment.
All right. I like it.
I'm going to Starbucks and getting Americano. And
just for that reason.
Saving it till that match.
I mean, it is. You guys bring up a really good point, Randall. That you said that it's time to go on from Rey Mysterio. But we were at this point last year with Dominic Mysterio, and we still haven't got him out of there yet. My daughter does not really care much for Rey Mysterio. She's just like, why does he just not go away? So of course, but she doesn't really like Chad Gable either. So at the same, it's kind of like it's a tissy toss, but I'm just going with it. I'm just going Rey Mysterio, WrestleMania moment. Give him another one, and just let's put a cowboy hat on that mask, can we?
Hey,
right off, buddy.
I'm gonna break kayfabe just a second. Rey Mysterio, the maker of the stars right now, because everyone that works with him, becomes elevated in their level in the WWE. So
that is
that's a great testimony to him. I hope he gets his butt kick, but great
Yeah.
match.
All I got to say, we'll move on to the next one. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Singles match: Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
I mean, Jade Cargill, what is not to like about her other than her wanting to learn how to wrestle, her botching some moves, Naomi coming in to finally give her a schooling. However, I will say this, behind the scenes, if you've seen how hard Naomi and Jade and Bianca work, my wife, when she works at the arena and they come, when Cargill came the last time, it was about over a year ago when she had just first signed, she was out there working with all of them, working her best to try to really get her game better. And then she had that injury come up and now she's back, right? So I'm picking her sheer because they want to do, the WWE want to make a big star out of her. They've already had that with Naomi. They've been there and done that. And now they've got her running this. The only thing that could save her is if for some reason Bianca Belair knew all along, which that's not the case, and interferes with this match. I do not see Naomi winning at all, guys.
Hey, the thing about Jade Cargill, and I'm not a huge fan, but I can be a fan by not being a fan. It means she's so effective in the character that she's good to me. And I go back to Paul Wright, the Giant, the Big Show, whatever you want to call him, having to learn on the job to wrestle. In his first match, he won the WCW championship from Hulk Hogan. First match. Yep. Jade Cargill's first match, as far as I can remember, was with Shaquille O'Neal and Cody Rhodes, and and just exploded from there. She's had to learn to wrestle on the job. Naomi is the right person for her to work with. You can't give her Bianca Belair yet because Bianca is still that star level. But feeding her to Naomi, Jade goes over at WrestleMania.
You're just you're just taking care of Bianca because she's a Tennessee grad.
Listen, shout out to her, SEC All-American track athlete. But also, Jade, a very real basketball player at one level too. So, I didn't love her when she was in AEW, but she's grown. We were at the show in Huntsville, and I kept looking at you, and I said, she needs to learn how to wrestle. She needs to learn how to wrestle. She has come far enough now that she's almost legit. I need to see that WrestleMania level match out of her. That's what I want this week.
I'm going with Naomi. I don't know why, but I'm going with Naomi. The dark side of Naomi is going to come out and do something devious to win this one. Here is the
two heel turns during WrestleMania.
Here is the show stealer for night one. Show stealer for night one. The champion, LA Knight. Yeah. Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship.
Oh, man. First of all, we all know the way that I love wrestlers. LA Knight is my guy. But as I was talking to you earlier, Randall, that guy Dan I had brought up, he actually wrestled and filmed Jacob Fatu behind the scenes on the indie scene. So he has pictures with him, and he is right now, his Facebook picture is him and Jacob Fatu. So if you would go to Akaris Haxon on Facebook, you'll see that it's that. That is right there. And so he is all for Jacob Fatu. Mic skills, excellent now that he talks more. Moveset, great. The power, amazing. Looks like that Samoan dude that we always know. Like, for a minute there, we thought that was Solo Sikoa. Jacob just looks the better fit. He looks more like the Wild Samoans from back in the day. He's that fit right there. For me, at least, that's what I read with him. And that's a lot to overcome for LA Knight, even though I'm going to pick LA Knight because, he's my guy. Yeah, right? But at the same time, there's still Tamatanga to deal with, right? We got to deal with him. And that right there, that whole fact, and Solo. What if all three of them are out there? That spells doom for LA Knight because really, right now, nobody's been in LA Knight's corner. A few people show up, but they haven't been there consistently. he can easily drop this title at Mania.
QB.
Greatest wrestler coming up in the last 2 years, Jacob Fatu. You kept describing who you just described to me was Umaga. He is
Yes.
without the makeup stuff.
Yep.
Loa is also healthy. So what if he shows up here too? So you got Tom Loa and Solo Sikoa that you could have to deal with. I love LA Knight. I love LA Knight going back to TNA when he was a world champion.
Yep.
To me, this match is someone who already should have held the WWE title and somebody that's being groomed to hold the WWE title. Maybe LA at 44 is too old now to put the title on. I get it. Finally made it to the big show. Congratulations. He's been doing this in the Indies for 20 years before he finally got signed.
That's right.
Jacob Fatu is a future world champion. Jacob Fatu, now that he's been freed a little bit, you're back to MLW Jacob Fatu that was just a force.
Yeah.
I don't
know, werewolf.
But I still feel like LA Knight's going to win the match. And I don't know why. Maybe Overheat said it. Maybe somebody shows up in his corner. But I'm going to pick LA Knight.
Yeah. Howie. Yeah.
Nothing is greater than when he was in TNA and he had the dummy buzzer.
Dummy. We watched so many skits of those over and over again. It's just so funny. Dummy. Yeah.
I think the title's going to change because I think LA Knight's got more business to take care of on up, and he can't do it holding the Intercontinental title.
There's someone who deserves a short run with the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE, just like they did with Christian a few years ago. 4 months I'll reign. LA Knight is that guy at some point, and you're right. He may have bigger business.
I think he's got bigger business. I think he's going to, and he can't take care of that bigger business as long as he's got that strap around him, that belt. So I think he's going to lose it. And it's time for Jacob Fatu to start his climb to the top. And where you start your climb to the top at? The United States Championship. You work your way up from there.
Hey, let me throw Wrestlemania 44 headliner at you. 3 years down the road. Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. Remember first.
Nope.
That's a nasty match.
2 years from now.
Yeah, they've been eyeing each other up. But here's the next thing on that whole thing. If Jacob Fatu wins this title, how's that make Solo look to the group? It makes him look weak. He's got nothing. He doesn't have the leg. He doesn't have a title. Jacob Fatu, who has been very adamant and very strong in his deliveries over Solo recently, with a belt, makes him the leader of that clan.
Solo looks like a stinking skunk anyway with that hair he's got.
Hey, also, Zilla Fatu is sitting there, signed to a WWE contract. He may get this at some level in the next couple of months.
Man.
All right, move on to the next one. Singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton against Charlotte. Woo! Flair.
Woo! Oh, dude. This match is crazy. You have Charlotte being a shark, ready to shark herself, just like she did at Rhea a few years ago, on someone young, up and grooming, and out of nowhere, Tiffany Stratton makes this semi-personal, breaking kayfabe. Is that the play? Is it not the play? Is there texts? Is there not texts? Talking about 3 failed marriages, making it a little personal. Then the backstage vignette that looked real, but I still think it's kayfabe. We're dating that Charlotte Flair, who's going to beat Tiffany Stratton. Guys, I want Tiffany Stratton to win this match, but haven't we seen this before?
Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah.
It's right there, Howie. I mean, this is Flair stepping right in and just stomping her shoes. And she said it. She pulled the Cena card. Everybody's pulling the Cena card. It's like if Steve Austin could come back and be like, yeah, I'm going to go sit here and enter myself into the championship, because they can do that, right? But this is her doing that. And it's like that for her. So, look, Charlotte with the title, I don't think anybody wants that at all, guys.
Yeah, she's going to get it. Charlotte's going to win because that's going to make her a step
Yeah.
closer to breaking her dad's record.
I agree with her winning. I will say that.
I don't want her to win, but
No.
entertain me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Stratton entertains me. It's not that she's just gorgeous. I think she has made this. I think her build up to this match was better than Charlotte's. Out of nowhere,
Yes.
too, I saw Tiffany Stratton become a star, and you can make her a 15-time heavyweight champion, and we're going to talk maybe about a 17-time champion. Maybe the plan is to let Xena break Ric Flair's record, and then Charlotte break Xena's record. But both of you are crazy. Ric Flair actually has held that title closer to 20 times. Back in my day, you'd lose the title if you think they were going to ride. See Jack Beno down in the Bahamas. So, whatever it is on paper, I would much. Let me get right down to you. Dusty Rhodes and egg sucking dog doing my Terry Funk. I don't want to see Charlotte win this match.
I agree with that. I mean,
we didn't say we wanted to see her win. We're just saying that she's going to probably win.
We're just eating the Jello, man.
I picked the Atlanta Falcons every weekend. I'm still going to pick the underdog.
That's now I can. Now, if you keep picking the Falcons, that's something we can help you with it, Dr. Roto.
Hey, I can't help it. We Falcon people here.
Oh man, I you know what? I do like the Falcons. I don't mind them at all. They're not a threat to the Rams, but they're okay.
So let's move on to the next one.
They're the best state of Georgia, but that's the threat we live with.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
World Heavyweight Championship. This is going to be a good match. It's going to be Gunther against Jay Uso.
Yeet. Oh man. Look, this build-up has been amazing. I thought 2 weeks ago this was going to get physical, and then there was going to be payback by Jay, and then somehow Gunther was going to get away, and then they were going to get the bodyguards and all the police, and everybody in between them pulls them apart, and that's what we were going to get. Instead, we didn't get that. We got two amazing promos. First by Jay, seething, and then by Gunther with a strategic delivery. And both were off the hook. It both sold this match. Was it a main event? I don't think so, of course, but I do feel bad because I think that this should have been the main event for night one. But because of the whole story going on with CM Punk, Heyman, Roman, and Rollins, it's so overbearing of that. It pushed this one down a little bit, which I'm fine with, but I'm not. But I will say, we need a new champ. They said the third time's loss is on you. Well, this is your fourth time is a charm. You better get it, Jey Uso. Guys, he's going to take out Gunther. Yeet.
The one thing about it, Gunther don't need the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso does very much need the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther,
Max.
a matter of fact, if you see Gunther lose this match, I think it's part of him maybe leaving SmackDown and moving on over to the other side. Look, Gunther is the closest thing we have to a territory world champion now. He is tough. He is big. He is strong. Gunther, when I see him, I think of Harley Race. He's that guy.
Yeah.
But
Regal. I see Regal in him. That. I always called those guys like your average wrestler, but not average by any sense. It was the technical wrestler. They're technical wrestlers. Everything they do is so technical. It's so precise. But then you throw in Gunther. He throws in the power bomb. He's just nasty. Even when he was with... we used to love him with Imperium. And now that that's kind of, broken apart a little bit and he's been more of an entity, he's went to SmackDown, as you just brought up. Made himself even a bigger name. People didn't like him. Now he's going to move to Raw. That's a great move for him. But the future, man, Jay Uso, you give him this name main event. If you're going to make that happen, then put him in it or give him a belt. And I think that's what we're getting.
Hey, and he's over. Jay
Over completely.
Over. Maybe the second most in the WWE right now, because I still think Cody's king right now.
Yeah, Cody's king.
So Jay is sitting in that chair behind Cody. That's a pretty powerful position.
Yeah, and he's over CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Like, he is over, but people sing their songs. Like, that's the crowd that's like a what? But when they come out, one word, as Howie's about to bring it, one word they all know across the world is
Yeet.
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 You're agreeing with us, Howie. You're agreeing. Yeet's getting the champ, right?
Nope. I think Gunther's going to retain.
Woo! Tell us why.
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. We've already had going over the list. We've already had too many belts to change on that one as it is.
You're too damn with Howie.
You say too damn nice. Too damn nice.
It's just the way it is. Let's get to our main event. Our main event. I wish we could.
Can I say one thing before you even announce the main event?
No, not at all.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I hate CM Punk. Now go. That'll.
Hey, is there any way we can bring Heat up to where we can see, like, down at the very right-hand corner to where he's got the man in this corner down there?
Oh, you mean?
Yeah.
You're talking about Paul Heyman over here.
Yeah, I
You're
wish
talking about Paul Heyman.
Is there some way we could?
Second, I'm going to go off camera. Give me a second.
Let's do it
There
this
he
way.
is. There he is.
There it is.
Oh, wait a minute. There.
Yes. Oh, I see what you're talking about now.
Yes.
See Heman down there.
Oh,
There
man.
Hey,
dude.
You lovely Studio Cunningham, which is my kitchen.
I'm greening this all day. I mean, I got a big turtle tank behind me.
So, all right, here we go. Main event.
Yes.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
CM Punk with the man we was just talking about, Paul Heyman in his corner versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, gentlemen, guys, this match.
Let me throw in triple threat match, by the way.
Triple threat. He's like, dude, let's get it right. You got Seth Rollins just instigating every way he can possibly do this, and I love that. I loved it up until what I saw recently. I'll get to that in a second. Roman Reigns is clearly the dog in this match. Roman Reigns may win this match as well too, but right now I don't think any of this has happened because so much is revolving around Paul Heyman that whatever way Paul Heyman may choose to go feels like that's going to be the winner. Now we get to CM Punk. We have seen CM Punk lose some matches. Roman Reigns being responsible for that most recently, right? Giving Seth the win. But this feud still feels like Roman's the third wheel. He shouldn't be there, even with Paul Heyman being part of it. I would have been fine seeing CM Punk and Seth Rollins just fight it out at Mania in, let's say, an Iron Man match, but maybe not that long. A 2 out of 3 falls match. That would have been something nice. Now we have a triple threat match, guys. And CM Punk displays completely to him. His move is easy to pull off, as well as Roman's move is fast, and Seth Rollins' move is fast as well. We saw that. But I'm going to say this right now. When Seth came out with the shield-like vest, when Seth hit Roman from behind with that chair, that sent chills through my spine. And I thought of the corporate Rollins, and I'm like, there's no corporate entity near it. So who would be the closest thing to the corporate entity? Would be Paul Heyman. Guys.
You and me are on the same page. Paul Heyman could turn to be Seth Rollins' new leader. And listen, this match feels like a pair of brown shoes with a black suit. Nothing it looks right. And I agree. I would be happier with Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I think that's Or what I think this match is intentional in my head, and what Hunter is thinking. This is the Shield reunion. We can't get John Moxley, so we're going to
No.
put CM Punk in it. And you know
Mhm.
what? This is what I want is a Shield reunion triple threat.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think Seth Rollins is in this to leave with his hand raised. Um, CM Punk, God knows, and I've made it very public what I think of him as a person, what he did in AEW, and
Yeah.
I'm get over it. But God, he's CM Punk, and when that song plays, it's one of the moments that you never forget in a WrestleMania or a show. Um,
No, you.
but when you said it, Heat, Rob, I think you're right. I was going to say the same thing. I think
Mhm.
this match could involve around Paul Heyman turning on Punk and Roman Reigns. And I don't think it damages Roman Reigns a bit because he could be back in the world title picture tomorrow.
Yeah.
CM Punk has now become upper card, kind of. We can throw Punk at anybody, but he can lose and he's still loved. So
Mhm.
the person who stands to lose the most by losing this match is Seth Rollins.
That's
The
true.
person that stands to gain the most by winning this match is Seth Rollins.
We got a comment.
We do.
Boy,
Joseph D. Hughes, Punk is a wrestling god.
hey, the voice of the School of Morton just said the dumbest thing I've ever heard him say, but that's all right.
I
Guys,
mean, I can't doubt his skills. Howie, what do you think, man? There's three people, man.
here's my thoughts on it. Paul Heyman is a modern day Don King, so he's going to walk out with whoever wins.
Mm.
Facts. He said
Hey,
he was gonna break it down, and he gave us one sentence, and that sentence made you flinch. Randall, go.
And the
yeah,
winner is Seth freaking Rollins.
yeah.
Oh, we are all taking Seth. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Hey, can you throw Joseph's comment up for a second? Hey, shout out to Joseph. He was supposed to be here with us tonight. He, as we know, is the Rabbit Beaver on Razzle Talk. He is the voice of the School of Morton. He is the best independent podcaster in the wrestling business. Um, if you've not watched Joseph, go to Wrestle Talk. Check him out, man. He's got great guests, and we steal them from him all the time. So,
He says Seth
That's
Rollins has a lot
awesome.
to lose, but the world to gain.
That's
you are
right.
right, Joseph. Hey, I wish you were here, buddy. He got sick and he couldn't make it, or he would be here.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to night two.
Woohoo.
Night two has got 6 matches. Night one has 7. I think night two is going to have a 7th one added on, and
Yes.
it's going to be Randy Orton against somebody.
Nick
Nick
Aldis.
Aldis. I think it's going to be Nick Aldis.
Yes, I agree with that as well too. I think Nick Aldis. I think we get this announced tomorrow somehow, some way. Nick Aldis is gonna hit this up because this guy's a former champ himself. He's been getting punked. He's been getting pre-punked, and now we get a chance for that. But guys, this injury, it's a facade. Kevin Owens is going to attack Randy Orton tomorrow or on WrestleMania.
Wow.
Kristen take.
Wow.
Did you guys? You think that this isn't a ploy? You think that the injury, his shoulder injury, is legit?
It's a neck injury, and yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, neck. I said shoulder.
So, hey, one more quick comment from Joseph Hughes about Seth, and if Seth wins, he is definitely taking Heyman with him. So,
Yeah.
Oh, he
Heyman
agrees.
is the Don King, modern day version of Don King. He's walking out with the winner.
Hey,
So, Randy, your take on this
so
we-
me and Rob,
fantasy match is kind of what we're calling it right now because we don't know for sure if it's going to happen. But Randy Orton against Nick Aldis.
look, I'm on the opposite side a little bit here, and I do think Kevin Owens could show up, even if he's had surgery and in a neck brace. All he's got to do is walk down to the ring during a Randy Orton match, and it changes it. I want to
Yep.
get my 30-second rebuttal, and I'm going to tell the world who Nick Aldis is. Nick Aldis is a former NWA 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, who Cody beat and Cody lost to in his NWA title reign. Nick Aldis is married to Mickie James. Nick Aldis, Cody Rhodes in Nashville about 3 years ago was the best match I've sat on this couch and watched outside of a WrestleMania since then. Nick Aldis and Randy Orton could put on A plus, 5.5 stars. Dave Meltzer will be at his chair pumping out stars.
Got Dave Meltzer drop.
So
I got Dave Meltzer drop.
I love it. Look. Heat is tore up about the Dave Meltzer.
I was wondering if that was going to happen. There it is. There's the Dave Meltzer drop. Oh, man, I love it, dude. Dude, I totally agree with that. And you're right. All it takes is Owens to come down with a neck brace on and maybe a crutch, and wink, right under the rope goes Randy's legs, and all of a sudden, Aldis plants him. Done. And Randy's still going to be strong.
And to your point, Nick Aldis has never wrestled a match in the WWE. He's never been on that stage. Him and Adam Pearce, who's another NWA champion. If you can get, the greatest TNA run of all time was Nick Aldis.
Yep.
So if you got a guy who is in his late 30s, younger probably than Randy Orton, that's still capable of going and putting an A+ match on, and you have Randy Orton, your ultimate heel there, man, you got to make this match up. Yeah. I'm going to pick Randy Orton, though, to pay fine. So
I'm picking Randy, too. Howie, you're picking Nick, aren't you?
Moving on. Liv Morgan.
5 stars.
I do want to throw this in. The next, of course, pay-per-view was just announced. Backlash. It's in Randy's town. They have the whole poster with Randy and the Vipers. That's when you're going to get Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
All right, moving on to the next match. Night 2. These are matches we know that's quote-unquote official, but as we said earlier, it could change in a drop of a hat. Right. The tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the champions versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, the challengers. And all I got to say is Lyra Valkyria, #1 in my book, guys.
I love her too. Randall, what do you love her too? I know you do.
No, he's going for popcorn on this and here. I already know.
I'll be at the gas station getting some popcorn. I will let Liv Morgan come in so I can look at her for a minute.
Okay.
I'll look at Liv and then I'll go get a Monster, a large popcorn, and 3 Slim Jims to bring back for the rest of the night.
Hey,
that's all
I mean, that I can get it right now. I'm going Bayley and Lyra. Those are my 2 to get the title. And I think that you just brought that up, Howie, when you mentioned Lyra, that this tag team run with Bayley is what she needs right now. That's what Bayley does. Bayley works, as we were talking about with Naomi earlier, that Bayley works with people. She brings people up. She brings them along. This has been working for her. And if you give them the titles, you can get Liv Morgan back away from. Because I get the whole thing with her and Raquel, but come on, can we just move along? Are you going to be a title person? Are you not going to be a title person? Are you just going to stay legit? What are you? What are you now? Oh, we're tag champions. That's cool. But I like this better. I want to feel better. Lyra would be great as a tag team champion with Bayley.
Bayley is the Rey Mysterio of the women's division.
There he is. Yeah.
She builds champions. Mm-hmm. But still, I may get some candy bars too.
It sounds like a drink refill.
I don't think I don't think the titles will change hands because of the way that Liv and Raquel's been doing with the Judgment Day. I think Judgment Day's got to have some type of title. So I think that's going to be it. So we'll move on to the next match. it's going to be I think it's going to be could be the show stealer of night two. AJ Styles from Georgia versus Logan Paul.
Gainesville,
Woo!
AJ Styles.
Oh
Gainesville. I
man,
couldn't think of where he's from, so I knew it
Gainesville.
was Georgia. Gainesville, Georgia. AJ Styles. Go ahead.
Guys, AJ Styles, phenomenon. He's literally once in a lifetime. Everything he did in both TNA, Impact, everything that he's done along the way, the injuries, people thought he wasn't going to wrestle again. No, he came back. The WWE worked with him. And I still can't get it when him and The Undertaker had that graveyard match when it was during that time. And they're in a freaking cemetery and they're in a barn and they're coming off the roof and there's cars. Like, that was the most crazy, insane thing. But you can only do that with how great AJ is, how great the Taker is. You can't just throw anybody in that role. You have to have a gifted athlete and a gifted showstopper, a gifted storyteller. And both of them told that story. And that is why AJ is amazing. And I have pictures with AJ dressed as Macho Man. I totally love AJ. But guys, I really love Logan Paul, man. He is another guy, like when we go to Jade Cargill, Logan Paul is like Jade Cargill on Prime, right? Because his wrestling, his ability, everything I've seen from Jake Paul just makes me want more. I love the way his rope moves. I love his regular moves. Now we got the Paul driver. Oh, okay, great. I don't care that these guys came from the internet. I want to see a great wrestler. I want to see a great performer in the ring, a storyteller. And that man is wild. He's fun, and I love him. And for some reason, I'm picking him over AJ.
Hey, I got a trivia question. I'm going to shoot this at everybody. Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, what do they have in common?
They're both
They
old.
both lost to AJ.
Both.
They both lost to AJ Styles?
Well, that's where we're going with this. Both were cruiserweight wrestlers in the WCW. So they've been around a minute. So was AJ Styles as Air Styles, Air Paris. AJ Styles is the ultimate veteran. As he approaches his mid-40s and 50s, don't know how many more nights like this AJ has. But they picked the perfect person. Look, we're going to have our second Dave Meltzer drop here. This is built to be a Dave Meltzer match. This could have so many high spots. And just to end on the simplest move, I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's next year. But it's coming. AJ needs his last WrestleMania moment. I still kind of like Paul in this moment. I still think AJ's got a little tread on the tires. But when you start thinking about AJ being in the WCW, I mean, how many guys are still active from there? You know, I guess Adam Copeland.
That's hard.
So not many.
That's about it. No, not at all. Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think this match is look, I don't have a rooting interest. I'm going to sit down because I love Logan Paul. I love AJ Styles. Whoever wins.
Yeah.
Good. This is going to be a show.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Howie, you feel the same. Question. We're just going to, if we had 3D glasses, right?
Well, the only thing, 3D glasses, yeah, I like that. The only thing that I'm curious about is every Logan Paul match has had somebody come out to quote unquote interfere with the match. Who will it be this time?
Yep.
Hey, is it time for Is it time for Jake to be there?
Could be.
This would be the time. UFCG Vegas.
Yep.
Why not? Why not? That's like the Central America, right? That's the hub. Everybody's close to it. Everybody can go there, get there easy. I like that. I haven't thought about that. That's really fun.
All right, move on to the next one.
Hey, I think Joseph said there was 4, and we named all 4.
Yeah, he said
Yep.
there was 4. So there's 4. Ray, Jericho, Edge, and AJ.
Yeah, I will trust Joseph Hughes with trivia more than I trust my daughter with a credit card.
Yeah. First of all, 2 weeks ago, let's talk about this one move that we saw 2 weeks ago. The highlight that's been everywhere. The spear by Braun Breaker on Carlito. I've never seen anything like it. It looked like a missile coming out of whatever the crap a missile comes out of, but he just come flying.
I've seen it before. There was a 700-pound lady at the Golden Corral that was trying to get the last piece of wings. So that's it.
Oh, damn. Dude, I gotta say, you're talking about when he was coming down the ramp, right?
Yes.
Howie? Oh, yeah. Dude. There's things in wrestling that some of us just really love and we love to see happen. And I simply love, like everybody else, love watching Braun Breaker hit the spear on everything and everybody. The bodies fly. It's like the Stone Cold Stunner where people just start doing weird things. The RKO, weird things start happening, but the impact every single time. And sometimes he even gets his body swifted to the side. Like he's just ramming through these people. Right now, his spear is more believable than Roman Reigns. And I've got him winning this match, this fatal 4-way for his title. Like, but Penta's scary.
So let's go ahead and announce it. We already know who Heat's going to pick, but we'll go ahead and put the competitors out there. Fatal 4-way match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, the champion, versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio.
Hey,
I don't see Braun Breaker losing his title. Period. So,
yep.
Another shout out, Kennesaw State, Braun Breaker, just down the road from us. We got some ties there. I love Braun Breaker. I'm going to say this overall. I think the WWE hasn't seized the moment enough with Braun Breaker.
Yes.
Has they been a bigger freak come through the road since the day that Hawk and Animal walked onto the WCW stage?
Oh.
I mean, that's what level he's at to me versus a normal human. His cousin's coming, which means you'll have Scotty Steiner and Rick Sons in the WWE. I don't know who wins the match. I'm going to go ahead and pick Braun because I just don't see them taking the title off of Braun.
Yeah.
I said earlier, 2 heel turns. You might see a face turn in this match.
Oh.
Well, guys, all 3 of us went with Braun, except for Joseph Hughes, and he says he thinks Dom is going to win.
Oh.
That is the person that could initiate a Finn Balor face turn, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yep. That would be it right there. And we wouldn't expect it at all. At all. So that would be it. And then that would cause problems. And then let's say they lose the titles, then it's like the whole cage has fell out from underneath her. Dom's has been having problems. And I think Finn needs to get away. I want to see Demon Finn, honestly, guys. And he ain't been out, and he doesn't win much when he's not Demon. So why can't we just get the Demon eventually? And right now the Demon makes no sense. So that's why I feel that he has no chance of winning this match at all.
JD McDonough ready to come back from injury too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
that puts him at full strength.
We could see his nose in this match at some point too.
All I gotta say is Braun Breaker's spear on Carlito is a move of the year.
Yes.
But there is some. Joseph is right that there is some. You need to elevate Dom at some point, and this would be an instant, to me, 2 slots up to put the Intercontinental title on him, let him go over, and he don't pin Braun Breaker to get the title off of Braun Breaker. You can pin someone else.
Yep. Yeah, that's the way it can go down, and that's what makes the fatal 4-way so fatal. You know, it's what it brings into the fact, and that, you know, like what Joseph brought up down there, he said it could be the same with LA Knight, and that he could be on to bigger and better things. that can also happen too. It just makes the most sense, and that's where I think like Penta and Finn can go you can go do their own thing. And if you give the title to Dom, regardless of who he's got with him, he wins that title, then you can allow Braun and LA Knight to move on.
Exactly.
Let me throw my half a cent worth in real quick, and then we'll move on. A lot of tension between Finn and Dom over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
What if what?
A lot of tension in that whole camp, like Rob said. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
What if Braun spears Finn? Something happens to Braun, and like say somebody comes down and takes Braun out,
Mm-hmm.
and Dominic pins Finn for the championship.
Yeah. See? That's how he wins. And that would right there, that would just cause problems because we've seen that with Damian Priest and Finn. There was problems when he had that title. So, I like that story too. I'm down for it.
Joseph Booking.
Yeah, he agrees with me.
He agrees.
I'm going to leave this up for the rest of the night, guys. No.
Love it.
Move on to the next one. The Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest, which I feel like is very underrated. It's just my opinion. Against Drew McIntyre, that is just he's top level right now.
He's another one of those guys. AEW, like goes to AEW, he goes to other, goes to lower promotions. He makes a name for himself. He left a pretty boy, came back a bad boy. And that bad boy is the guy we see, the guy that takes things. And that's the next thing with him too, is he had the championship. People wanted him to have the championship when he won it, and then he got it, and then he became stale immediately because it's like he doesn't need a belt. He just needs to be Drew McIntyre, and he's always going to be at that top level. And that's what I see, guys. In this match, I mean, what do you think, man? Randall, hit it.
They should be a tag team. They shouldn't be fighting. That should be the ultimate tag team.
Okay.
So, but hey, look, I think you said it, Howie. Damian's underrated. Has been underrated back to Ring of Honor. He's a great worker. I think McIntyre has to stay on top, but I don't think it kills Damian Priest to lose any time. He's almost one of those guys that's, I call them Teflon guys. Yeah. They can get beat, but he looks so good walking to a ring with a back tattoo, and he's 6'9", 6'7", 6'8". I think you put McIntyre over in this match to position him as the next challenger for that World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship. He's just so great.
Yeah. Exactly what Joseph said there, how he hit it.
Yeah, experience versus inexperience. McIntyre has been in a ton of street fights, and he needs to win this to elevate him back onto the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and let's just shout it out. That was Vince McMahon's chosen guy, and he flopped horrible in his first run.
Yes, he did.
I did. Live twice. He wore a kilt, and he was horrible. You go watch. I see. Tip of the night. Go watch ICW Drew McIntyre versus Grado, and you will see the best European match I've ever watched.
I'm not going to disagree with that, man. When you brought up with the whole Drew McIntyre, also, let's shout out the Monster Factory for Damian Priest. If it wasn't for that place, Damian wouldn't be Teflon like you brought him up. The Monster Factory made Damian the Superman that he is right now, and he is that guy. He can take that loss. But right now, Drew has been kicked to the side in every one of his things, in every one of his feuds recently. This is a Drew win. That's who I got, guys, as well, too.
Hey, it's ironic, and I know we're running late. We'll get to everything. Everybody stay with us. We knew we'd run late. We had
Wrestlemania.
We were going to talk more. I compared Damian Priest to Bam Bam Bigelow, another Monster Factor graduate.
Oh, yeah. Let's throw it up. Howie.
I love Drew McIntyre's arrogance, his getting to the ring and just basically telling everybody like it is, and that arrogance. So I got to go with Drew McIntyre on that one.
Nice. Love it.
I love hearing him talk too. Ya bloody gotta be. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs a tip of the cap.
Yeah.
A triple threat match. Triple threat match.
Star.
Triple threat match. Women's World Championship. Your champion, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Oh, man. Randall, you look already jacked up. Go for it, man.
Hey, I love Bianca Belair because she's a Tennessee graduate. I love the build up to this match. I'm going to make a prediction, but I love the build up. And the fact that Io keeps representing herself as, I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. And it's Rio and Ito. And then it's like Ito is the afterthought.
Yeah.
If you put her in this match, then beat her, she is an afterthought. So I think somehow Io Sky comes out of this match as your lady world champion.
Whoa. Okay. Let's break it down. As Joe just said right there, Bianca has everything to gain. This is like practically her title. This is her getting her title reign back. She is powerful, but so is Rhea. But Rhea dropped the ball. That's why she don't got the title anymore. So even though I'm going to pick Rhea, because of all three, I think Rhea just brings that extra nasty to it that needs. But when you talk about Io Sky and how she was getting pushed down at first when all three of these got in the ring at first, and how both of them pushed her down, and then she got them both and walked out of there and said, like you said, I'm the champion. She does need to thwart that. But those are like two Clydesdales she's in the ring with. Those are two really, really big women. And I've got to say, if it's top two for me, that's why Charlotte's chasing down somebody else. Because she didn't want no part of Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley again.
Hey, and I'm going to shout out one more thing and then move on, Howie. Bianca and Rhea. I like me a thick girl. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley's going to win this. I don't know why, but Rhea's going to win it. Take it to the house.
There it is.
Double star. I give her that.
She's our main event, guys. Main event. Final match of WrestleMania 41. It is 41, right? Yeah.
It is. You got it.
41.
Right now, 41.
41. Singles match for the undisputed WWE World Championship. Your champion from Atlanta, Georgia, Cody Rhodes versus, you can't see me, final run at WrestleMania, John Cena.
Oof. Guys, just both those names together in the same match, the way it's going right now, is exactly where we're at right now. Both characters are unbelievable. Both Cody and John have sold both sides. Cody attacking the past, saying, where did you go? You lost your smile, stuff like that, right? And then Cena's over here, I'm a stooge and I'm done with all of you. I'm breaking up with you. And we're getting the action. We're getting the time away. We're getting Cody bringing up the champs of the past, the titles of the past. And then, I did a recent article for Dr. Roto MSN that I did all the titles, and I had the spinner title on there, because even though I'm not the biggest Cena fan, I still respect that spinner title. That title always, you can't forget it. You go, oh, well, there's that one. You can make fun of it. If you hate the spinner title, that's fine. Guess what? You know it existed. So, that being said, Cody's winning this match because Cody has overcome every mountain except the final boss. It's like a video game. You got this dude coming in here, The Rock, everybody's champion, the people's champion, right? We got The Rock coming in, and he's picked John Cena. He's pissed him off just right to go after Cody. The Rock can easily make this title change at Mania, but with Stone Cold in the building, I'm going to get a hell yeah
Oh,
when
yeah.
Cody raises that title once again at another WrestleMania, once again cementing his story.
I dig it. I dig it. I'm about to go on the biggest conspiracy run you've ever heard. First, shout out from the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, my son, Cody. Cody, handsome as Clark Gable. So, from the Dream. What's going into the Hall of Fame? Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. What is that match famous for? Double turn.
Uh-oh.
What if we end up with a double turn in this match and Xena leaves the face and our boy who is ready to turn needs to turn? Cody
Yeah.
exits as the heel and
Yep.
exits with, if you could smell what the, maybe this is all a buildup. And you see a defeated John Cena in the middle of the ring, and you see Cody and Rock leave together in a triumphant.
Yeah.
There and let's go back. You even to the promo. What did Bret or Shawn Michaels famously say to Bret Hart? Bret lost his smile in reference to Sonny. Same line in reference to John Cena. There
That's
is
right.
much heart, Stone Cold in the building.
Yeah.
Heart, Stone Cold, WrestleMania. We said it before. We've said it many, many times. Greatest WrestleMania match, in my opinion, ever. Stone Cold, Bret Hart. What if this is our second heel turn and it be Cody Rhodes in the ring, live at WrestleMania, and John Cena leaves a hero with people chanting his name, even though he's not got the title. He's
Yeah.
everybody's hero.
I like what you said there, man. But what if Cena did win the title, but they beat the living daylights out of him, bloody him up so bad, and they throw the title on him too? Because I wasn't even thinking that, but now that you came with that, that would just totally erase Stone Cold. There we go.
Unless Stone Cold comes to John Cena's rescue.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Howie.
I just have a feeling we're in for a major swerve.
This is it.
The other huge swerve that's out there is John Cena just wins clean.
Yeah.
So that to me that's a big swerve because no one, everybody don't know what's going to happen in this match, who's going to win, but no one believes that John Cena will wrestle 40 minutes, make a stunning run, and defeat Cody Rhodes clean.
Yeah.
There's going to be a swerve.
That's a contrarian move, man. Randall, you're on it, dude. You are on it. But like Howie, you've heard us just rant back and forth with a few of these plays, man. What is going on in your mind right now? Because man, you just took a lot.
I think John Cena will win, and here's what's going to happen. John Cena's going to win. He's going to get the title. Cody's going to take some time off because he's not on any promotions after WrestleMania, and he's been doing this for what, 2 straight years, nearly 2 solid years now. So he's going to take a little time off.
Mm-hmm.
But Cena's going to win with the help of The Rock and the rapper.
Yeah, I know what you
Scott,
mean.
Scott,
Travis Scott. Travis Scott.
Travis Scott, yes.
better 10 shoes than music. Go ahead.
They're going to help Cena win. After it's all said and done, Cena is going to give the belt to The Rock. Say, you are the champion now. And then when Cody comes back, Cody will will wrestle The Rock at SummerSlam or something like that, something big. And Cody will get his triumph over the corporate boss, The Rock, that way.
I love it.
Hey, we all need to give up podcasting and go into like script writing here because
That was good.
Hey,
That was really good.
Dave Meltzer would give us 8 stars.
A star. A star. That guy can't script anyway, man. No knock on Dave, but come on, man. There's been some matches out there. Jericho calls him out all the time on his podcast. He's
There
like,
you go. Joseph,
yeah,
Joseph, Hell in a Cell. There you go.
Hell,
Cody versus Rock in a Hell in a Cell.
yeah, I like that completely. I mean, there was a moment there I thought about corporate Austin as well too, but I don't think none of that's needed. I think that this match just hits, it goes, and you get time off with Cody, and then you get Cena. But then, if he doesn't hand it off, Randy wins, gets past Kevin Owens. Randy's been talking about a title. Randy Orton would be winning his 16th title if he defeated John Cena the 17th time that he won the title, therefore giving Orton that next thing. Because deep down, I've always wanted Randy versus Cena, both tied at 16, but it can't happen, I guess. It's not going to happen. To see who wins the vacated title to win the 17th championship to defeat Ric Flair's recognized 16 championships.
Woo!
That's always, woo! It's always been a little thing.
What's Joseph Hughes throwing at me about Moxley?
He said you're stupid and don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he wouldn't be the first. I was married.
He says, come on, QB1. Creative wouldn't give Moxley the run he deserved. Threw the monster among men under the bus, chewed up Mr. Perfect, forced Cody to leave the first time. They aren't smart enough for that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll say there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Triple H. And I do, and I agree with Joseph. Everything he said is true. I refuse to watch. Hey, look, personal opinion, I refuse to watch WWE because of Vince McMahon. And it was because I'd heard these rumors for years. And it shout out Stephanie, shout out Triple H, shout out to Nick Khan. They have turned the WWE around, in my opinion.
I agree with that. 100, man.
Joseph got his fantasy booking real quick, and then we'll move on to something else real quick. Hear me out. What if Cena wins, passes the title to The Rock, and Adam Pearce strips The Rock and holds it in a vacated position until Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Bad. I still want heel turns, but not bad.
Yeah.
And right now, the quote of the night is, he agrees with me. So there we go.
Yes, the question.
Hey,
Howie wins.
before we get out of here, Howie, I got some things to plug real fast. Again, from the Matt to the Real, the Pat Rose story, third printing. Go to Facebook, look up Pat Rose. You can get your copy autographed. Just got mine autographed. My boy Pat Rose, 2025. Man opened up the Battle of Atlanta against Bruno Sammartino Jr. Tommy Rich, Buzz Sawyer main event. This guy's for legit. Shout out Roto. Everybody knows me as a fantasy guy. I am a fantasy guy. I love Dr. Roto. And shout out to Danger. I make money off of Danger too. Now, football, I'm on my own. So if I make money, lose money, that's whatever I do. Like and follow RiverCity Media. How we can get 1.1 million views and have less than 4,000 followers. A lot of you folks are getting this free content and won't hit a button for me. Just pink the button, please. Like and follow.
That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
Hey, I'll turn it over to the man that really has some things to promote real fast.
You can catch me at drroto.com. All my materials there. Also, if you follow Bring the Pain anywhere you go to Facebook, I have a whole Facebook page. I have a lot of my crazy stuff. I do more than just wrestling and sports. I do video game podcasts where I feature video game music, play a whole set. I also feature songs. I do a lot of stuff, but Bring the Pain isn't just about one lane. It's about all the lanes. And that's why it's tattooed right there on my arm. Oh, yeah, man. And just follow Heat00veride and get ready. It's football season. It's draft season. We got so much going on. You guys got so much going on. And that is what makes life worth living. And meeting people like both of you for the first time today. Thank you for having me on your show, gentlemen.
promises she'll come back. How he usually does that.
Oh,
I'll let him back. Hey, did Joseph put a thing up about his show there?
He did Wrestle Talk with the Rabid Beaver Tuesday, 8 p.m. My voice is nowhere near like Joseph, but I'm trying my best.
Call me
And
in a
and School of Morton Legacy this Sunday, 5:05. You gotta love that. 5:05 p.m. Eastern in Newport, Tennessee. 5:05.
love it. Cinco de Mayo. That's my birthday. Yeah. 5:05. Let's go.
The Heat override. Every time the School of Morton does something up there, it's always 6:05, 7:05, 5:05. Back to the old school TBS days.
Oh, I love it.
Gotta love it.
and renamed itself SOM Legacy. Very nice.
SOM Legacy.
Love it. Amazing.
For us here at RiverCity Media, it's still real to me. We will not be here next week. The fat boy right here in the middle will be in downtown Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium watching the draft party with 30,000 disgruntled Atlanta Falcons fans when we pick Bobby Boucher, the water boy from Louisiana Tech or wherever.
River Dogs.
Join us the week after that. Braun Breaker in the house. But join us the week after that when we will have, who's that QB1?
Hey, my hero, the Golden Child, the son of Jimmy Colden, the nephew of Bunkhouse Buck, Evan Golden, will be here to promote Wrestling with a Cause, coming to area Lafayette Arena the 3rd, Saturday the 3rd. TKO star of The Walking Dead will be here. Evan Golden, the Golden Child, future World Heavyweight Champion, will be here. Ryan Manis, also a member of the Saviors. So you can go meet TKO, and first you meet a huge wrestling star in the area, and 2, you meet Joseph Hughes' best friend in TKO.
Joseph.
Golden.
It sounds like if he could have been here.
Heat,
No,
I'm
I'm
sorry
good.
about that. But I got to let everybody know QB1 is the vice president of the Evan Golden fan club.
And vice president is because Joseph's wife threatened to beat me up if I didn't let her be president. I ain't gonna fight nowhere. So,
But a quick reminder: we will not be here next week, but join us the week after, May the 1st, when we have Evan Golden in the house. QB1, what you got?
hey, Howie, I don't know exactly, but if you're watching, there will be some draft coverage, draft night here. I don't know if it's me coming in or out, or we put something together with the former cast members of one of the shows that we're on here. We're trying to do a surprise, but we'll at least be here for an hour or so, and we'll probably get a live check-in from Howie down at the Mercedes-Benz Dome when the Falcons make the greatest 15th pick in the history of college football when they select James Pierce, outside rush in from the University of Tennessee.
I love it.
The latest thing I'm hearing is Heat's going to be drafted by the Falcons. that energy he's got, we can use it.
Yeah, if you could channel that into the rest of the defense, I'm pretty sure you guys would have the best defense in the league next year.
Yeah. Hey, you write articles too, and I don't want to leave without saying it. You write articles that appear on other publications. I read some stuff on MSN the other day that you had wrote. So folks
Thank
can your material other places too. Not maybe the pay stuff that's on Dr. Roto, but definitely some insight from the Heat.
Yeah. No, you bring that up, and I'll just plug it real quick. The Dr. Roto at MSN, you just go there. You have a ton of articles. Best second baseman ever. All my wrestling, all my UFC titles are power rankings are there too. So you have so much reading article. You'll just take it to the bathroom with you.
Hey,
you will be entertained.
Go play with your Meltzler. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dave Meltzer, you're giving out a 5-star match. If you don't, we riot. Oh.
Hey, QB1 is the number 1 ranked buffet eater in the Southeast, I've read.
He is. 300 pure manhood right here.
Oh man, I could
300
throw
and
some
what?
down.
Well, about 30, maybe 40. Look, man, don't make me tell my weight on here. My combined numbers of my blood pressure is higher than my weight if anybody wants to know what hypertension is.
There it is. And for that, we thank you.
Before we get out, I got to ask the Heat override one more question.
Go ahead.
It's a simple yes or no. Will you come back and join us on a future episode?
Yeah.
Hey,
L.A. Not yeah.
Yeah.
just throw this out. Top 10 WrestleManias of all time. Me versus Rob going head to head.
Hey, if you watch some of my videos, you'll know some of my techniques. Run, attack. Run, attack. Run, attack.
Joseph has a little insight on how Randy got his weight. It's all that Waffle House.
Dude,
Hello.
Waffle House after a match. I eat there with them. Except they get a plate and I get a table. Good night.
I mean, I could do for that. Have a great day, everybody. And always remember to bring the pain because it's still real.
Absolutely. For Heat Override, QB1, I'm the Howard Chaney. This is our WrestleMania 41 preview. I hope you wrote it down and see who came out right and who came out wrong, and join us the next time. We won't be here next week, but be here 5-1-05. No, 5-1-25. My bad. 5-1-25.
Makes us younger. Yeah.
Yeah. Whew, I'd like to have that 20 years back. Anyway, good night. God bless everybody.